Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. You know, that's the new Friday, right? So today is Thursday. It's so exciting that when you think of it that way, it also extends your weekend. So just, but the shows, the movies start on Thursday night. So you can go to the movies and not be with all the teenagers and kids and stuff. And the older people are there watching the show, and it's so magical. And I hate to tell anybody this because I'm afraid I'm letting people know that they can go. And it's been so nice being by yourself. But since the summer's out, there will be a few more people. But the new shows that start on Friday will be there Thursday evening. They start around 7 o'clock. So at the Grand, anyway. I don't think this happens anywhere else because they never, when they do the trailers for the movies, they say starts Friday, and nobody ever says starts Thursday night at your shows. At 7 o'clock. They don't do that. So, hello, voice, come on back. Okay. Anyway, we got a great show on the Cindy Cochran Show, and it's a healthy show. Finally, something healthy, because all I talk about are the bad things I take into the movie because I'm too cheap to buy the stuff there at the movie. So I bring spaghetti and hamburgers and stuff like that. And so I'm not a great model for healthy eating and living. And but that needs to change. Finally, I'm in my 60 years of life, so I should probably start changing at some point in what I eat. But anyway, we have with us Courtney Weidner. And we're so excited to have her. And you're going like, Courtney Weidner, what has she done? Well, she is doing something that nobody else has done. Hello. Sorry. I need to have one of those cough buttons. I don't have it, so you're going to have to hear me go. Okay. Anyway, so she's done something that no one else has done. She's got a vegan truck. She has a vegan food truck, not a vegan truck, a vegan food truck out there and making people healthy and exciting a lot of people that want to eat like this. They're so shocked to see something, that wait, it's healthy for me? Oh, yay. They're so excited. And also gluten-free. Now, people have said to me, Cindy, you got to stop eating gluten. And I went, how can you tell? I can just tell. Just stop eating gluten. And I said, does it make your body swell, or what is the what is it if you have gluten in you, what happens? And they go like, it's bad stuff. So just and I'm going to let Courtney probably explain that better. We don't have Courtney for very long, but the longer we have her, so I'm going to get right to it and let you explain to us what Falacos is. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
yes.
I have been so afraid to say that name because I thought I was going to say some bad name and pronounce it incorrectly, and it'd be a whole new show. So anyway, Courtney, welcome to our show. Cindy. And your sidekick over there, Margie Taylor. Yes. I have to say hi to Margie. Margie, thank you for bringing her to us. Sure. And so we'll let her get into it. Explain to us what your Falacos is.
So Falacos is a food truck that we just opened a couple months ago. We opened at the Isaac Conroe Farmers Market in April. And Falacos is a brainchild of my husband, Ben, and I. About 3 years ago, we had a major lifestyle shift in the way that we eat. We started watching documentaries. We're big nerds and geeks, and we love to cheese out on documentaries and learn new things. And so we started watching stuff that pertained to food and diet. And at the time, my husband was overweight. He was pushing 300 pounds and was on medication, like most people are, for blood pressure and cholesterol and all that sort of thing. And we started realizing that the reason that, we feel bad and he's on medication is because of the food that we're eating. And so just as an experiment, we started juicing, and we started, seeing the weight really drop off of him. And then we watched Forks Over Knives, which is a very pivotal documentary in our life.
It's called what?
Forks Over Knives. Highly recommend folks check that out if you want to learn something about animal protein and what it can do to the body if you have too much of it. Mm-hmm. Too much of something is never a good thing, right? So,
yes.
Anywho, so the carnivores that we were, my husband's the kind of guy that he'll have the 3-meat plate from Vernon's and all of that, so he loved to eat meat. But he said, I'm going to try this vegan thing for a while. And the weight just started melting off of him. And he also cut out processed food and alcohol and a lot of other things that, he just started eating vegetables and plants. And the weight just melted away. And he took himself off his medication, and then he went in and had blood work done. And Doc's like, man, this is like perfect. What's going on? And he's like, I changed the way that I eat. Like doctors tell you to do, eat more fruits and vegetables. But he opted to eat only fruits and vegetables.
Right.
And he basically healed himself with food. And so we realized there's not really any place that we can eat in anywhere,
That's what I was going to say. And where do you guys,
eating
must
out
be,
became impossible. Everything's got butter on it. Everything's got cheese on it. Salad's got bacon on it. It's everywhere. And so we felt the need. There's got to be more people out there like us,
right?
And gluten is becoming an increasing issue. They're finding out it's related to so many things, digestive and migraines and all this other stuff. So for those folks that choose to go with a gluten-free diet, they don't have anywhere to eat either. I mean, there's wheat flour and everything,
True.
And so it's like, well, if we're going to do this, we're going to come out with this food truck, and it's going to be healthy, and it's going to be vegan, and it's going to be gluten-free, and it's going to be crazy because, who does this in Montgomery County, Texas, right?
And it's good.
And it's delicious, yes. And so anyway, we were playing with falafel one night, and Ben put it in a taco, and he says, it's falafel in a taco. It's a falaco. And I'm like, boom, that's it.
And so he put, what was?
Falafel. So falafel is our protein on our tacos, yes. We have.
Now, what is that from?
Falafel is made from chickpeas. So from garbanzo beans. Also
beans.
Also known as chickpeas. And we take those, we get organic chickpeas, and we soak them, and we swell them up, and then we grind them up with a bunch of onions and garlic and a whole lot of spices. And we make them into little balls, good-sized balls. And we deep fry them in peanut oil, because it's the best. And then we put them on tacos.
Now, what do you do with the people that are allergic to peanut oil?
Unfortunately, people that have peanut allergies probably can't eat at our truck. And that's something that we had to kind of go for. But I'm also catering to all the people that can't have gluten, that can't have dairy, that can't have all these other things.
So what else can I do for everybody?
I know. People with nut allergies, I'm so sorry. And I even gave a shout out to those folks on our website saying, I'm so sorry, you guys, but we are not a nut-free truck by any means. Nuts are big staple for vegans. So for protein,
that's true. Yeah,
and
that's right,
fats
for protein.
And oils and stuff. So anywho's, we opened Falacos, and it's been awesome. We're also organic as we can be. It's pretty impossible to be 100% organic, and there are some ingredients on the truck that we can't get in organic. It would just make the cost of our tacos just out of sight. And so we've made the decision to be as organic as we can, getting organic produce as often as we can when it's in season or accessible. And so we want our food to be safe. We don't want GMOs and chemicals and all that in our food.
I would hate to ever find out what is and what I just don't. I'm just stupid. I don't want to know. That's how I've been brought up. I don't ask the questions. I don't want to go in a place where there's pictures of what it was originally, the cow or whatever, and I just want to know it comes in a plastic wrapped. I know that's how we fool ourselves into eating so badly.
Sure.
But I think that the people that come to the truck, do they have a lot of testimonial as well? Like
Absolutely.
I was this way and I started eating, and now you're here and I don't have to bring everything from home.
We had a first-time customer yesterday. She was ecstatic to see our truck because somebody had told her about us, and she is specifically vegan and gluten-free. And when she heard that there was a vegan gluten-free truck in this state, in this county, and then she got home last night and there we were, and she was just like freaking out. And her story was amazing. She used to have horrible migraines, horrible migraines, and she opted to go the vegan gluten-free route, and she doesn't have that problem anymore.
Well, and not only are you feeding them, but you're also helping the environment because you have on the back of your truck. Tell them what you have on the back of your truck.
So we don't have a trash can. We have two receptacles that receive recycling. So we will recycle plastic and glass. And then our other bin that we have is for composting. So all of the packaging that comes off of Falacos, even if it looks like plastic, it is compostable plastic. We get corn plastic products, so that way they are easily compostable, reducing our footprint.
You can't eat your spoon or anything.
No, you can't eat it. It melts under high temperatures, and compost bins get very hot, and it just instantly melts this corn plastic. If you put on hot water on it, it will melt.
But you put corn with the word plastic, so I thought there was something edible in there. Okay,
no,
I'm sorry.
No, you don't want to eat it. It's not
don't
like
eat
a
it.
candy necklace or anything, no. Don't eat it. But so all of the packaging, if you get a cup of water or a plastic fork off of our truck, it can go right in the compost bin. And we take all of our composting and veggie scraps from our food prep and everything. We collect it all, and we go take it to Nature's Way over off of 1488 East. And they take all our composting.
And that's on 1488?
It's
Nature's
on
Way.
the other side of the railroad tracks on the east side. You take a right there, and you dead end into Nature's Way.
I didn't know they had one. That's cool. That's
It's a huge facility. You ought to check it out. It's open to the public. You can go buy plants there. You can get dirt there. You can get rocks and compost.
And compost
made
yeah.
like right here, just down the road. Yeah, it's amazing.
Homemade compost.
That's right.
Who would have thought that would have been like a deal? Yeah, recycled.
Yep.
So how did you find her, Margie? How did you find Courtney?
I did not.
She found you?
Yes. We've been friends for a period of time. Mm-hmm. So I have helped her while in her planning stage before she went live with this, find places to go. Kind of like Dr. Seuss, the places I'll go.
Right.
She's got a spreadsheet, the places she'll go.
Yes.
And she will text me ideas and different things, and I immediately put it on my spreadsheet of things to check into and where she could go throughout the land.
Throughout the land. How to get your name.
Margie's my booking agent. She handles our calendar and all of that. So if somebody wants catering, if they need an event, if they've got a place that Evelyn the truck can go park, they can just get with Margie and she'll hook it up.
And not only she books you there, but she books you on the best talk shows, you know, around the Cindy Cochran Show.
That's exactly right.
Margie has a show also on this station, so... you know, and I've talked about Margie's show. You know, that's how cool you are. We got Mark Hader and his wife, and you know, we have a lot of spinoffs off the show. I got to tell you. No, I know you
kind of like
you guys,
a comedy sitcom.
Yeah, it's like
right?
all my spinoffs here. No, but I'm glad that y'all found each other, and that you probably help a lot of people, and that must be very rewarding to go to sleep at night and not know you've given them so many carbohydrates and stuff that they had a hard time driving home. The other night, I'd had a big meal and got in the car. I was driving home, and going out to the car, I'm thinking, yikes, I feel
tired.
Like not really, sleepy, and I hope I make it to the house. And it's so funny. I think that they need to have at restaurants like they do at bars. I mean, when I order something else, the guy says, you've had just about enough to eat, and say, you can't have any more. That's it for you. And then, toss me out or give me something. I don't know what they could give me because the coffee's not going to work. But anyway, I think that if we think about, there's a lot of ways that we can, you know, really hurt ourselves in the way that we eat, and even driving and all that, to be distracted. But of course, usually I'm eating while I'm driving, so that really, you know, that's really bad. And they haven't stopped that yet, the texting and all that. So if I can't talk on the phone, I'm going to eat. So if, you know, they just make up their mind what they want me not to do. But I think it's so exciting to know somebody's got a new venture out there, and that the people are loving it, and you're the buzz now. You're trending all in this area. Now, you said Houston has some trucks.
Yes.
Some vegan trucks.
Yes, I'll give a shout out. A food truck that I met with when I started this whole process. I wanted to kind of meet other food truck owners, and Stephanie Hoban, Right Cuisine, she's another vegan food truck in Houston.
Now you got to wait. We're going to go back and talk about her because we have a break coming up, and he did give me the signal a while ago. But okay, I'm sorry.
Giving you the signal.
Yeah, give me the signal. Anyway, we'll be back on the Cindy Cochran Show talking more healthy food and eating. And if you don't want to eat healthy, but listening to it may inspire you, you never know. Okay, you're listening to Cindy Cochran Show. We're with Courtney Weidner.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we are looking for talk show hosts and volunteer DJs for our music shows. Are you interested in having your own talk show on Lone Star, or have you always wanted to live out your dreams of being a music DJ? With the addition of Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 and video aspects of our talk shows, we are needing people to grow with us. If you or someone you know might be interested, please contact us online at irlonestar.com/contact us, or call the station at 936-647-5747 for more information.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, talking healthy today. I know you're so excited because I'm not talking politics, but we're talking healthy today. And you've all heard about the gluten, like don't eat anything with gluten in it. and you'll feel better and all that. And also the vegan way of life, which is so strange to some of us. We feel like you're from another planet if you're a vegan person. But no, that's not true. It's so popular, so healthy, and people have changed their lives health-wise and saved their lives health-wise. And so we've got Courtney Weidner here with Falacos food truck that's out there spreading this good stuff, good food, and good health and all that. She's the first one here in this area. And we were just talking about there are some trucks in Houston.
Yes.
As well, you were giving shout-outs to.
Right. Stephanie's the owner of Ripe Cuisine, and she was one of my sort of mentors in the very beginning. She gave me tons of free advice and things to look out for in starting a new food truck business. So if you're ever in the Houston area, you can check out her truck. It's white with a big red tomato on it, Ripe Cuisine. And we're going to be joining her soon. We're in the process of getting permitted to go into Houston and start traveling south. Yes, absolutely. We just joined the Houston Restaurant Association, and we're going to be at an event this Sunday called the Lone Star Bash.
So now where's that going to be?
It's located at a place called Match, and it's by the George R. Brown, because there's a big TRA convention going on down there this weekend.
Great.
And
we can see you there live.
Yes,
okay.
And there's tickets available for that. It's an entry fee to get in. We're giving free samples of our nutty chocolate balls. That's our dessert.
Nutty chocolate balls.
Yes. It's a raw vegan dessert. It is delicious.
Yes, we need to move right
They're
past that.
good.
It's
They
delicious.
taste like
So
cake
good.
balls.
No added sugar. They're rich and decadent, and you can eat as many of them really as you want to, because they're good for you. It's all real food in there. It's not bad. No
now,
sugar.
see, if you can tell me something, okay, you can have as much as you want of this, and it's good. That's all I need to hear. That's great. And so it's George R. Brown Saturday?
Yes, and you can check
Saturday.
that out on our webpage. We have our calendar of our events with all our locations, what we're serving, where we're going to be, what time, the address, all of that. It's available on our webpage, falacos.com, falacos.com. And also on there is our story, why we're doing the gluten-free thing, why we're doing the organic thing, why it's important to us, our mission, serve safe and healthy food to the people. All of that's available on our story. And we also have a mobile app, which that is the best way to stay connected with Evelyn and Falacos.
So that we know where you are.
Yes.
You did hear her say Evelyn.
Evelyn, that's the food truck. That's her name.
Evelyn is the food
Evelyn,
truck.
yes.
Was that named after anyone? That
My
we
grandma.
know? Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. I love stories like that.
Yeah.
That's-
She was sick
that's
yesterday.
terrific.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but
Evelyn,
she's better now.
Evelyn had some issues yesterday. If y'all saw me broke down on the freeway, that was me. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about her grandmother. Oh,
No.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
the
the
truck.
truck.
The
Yes.
truck had some issues. Okay.
Yes, but she's getting fixed now.
Okay.
So-
Okay. And not your grandma. Okay. We
Yeah.
got to keep that straight. Okay.
Yes.
So, if you see this truck anywhere now, are you have the app, so I can find out where
Yes.
where you are.
Yes.
Do you have certain locations you are at it during the week?
The
that we
only
can
ones
say?
we're at pretty consistently lately, we've been at the Willis Farmers Market a few times on Fridays. We're there from 3 to 7, I believe. That's the hours. Yes. Okay. No, it's 3 to 7. Anyway,
Close enough.
look on our calendar. It's on the calendar. And we're always at the Conroe Farmers Market on the first Thursday.
There
here in
you
downtown
go.
Conroe.
So
we're
you're
always
right there. Okay, so wait, I
Yes.
can walk over there. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
Now the farmers market is located on Metcalf and Main.
Maine. Yes, on the
Metcalf and
corner.
Maine, on the
Yes,
corner, right
First
there.
Thursday. The next one will be July 7th.
July 7th. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
from 4 to 8.
If you'll text me, I'll remind everybody that, and you're going to be there.
Yes.
That day. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She's there
Cool.
consistently. And today,
Today for lunch. As soon as I'm done with this interview, I'm meeting Daniel at the truck, and we're hauling over to a business park center that's on Egypt Road. The address is 33300 Egypt Road. It's an office complex over there, but kind of behind Genuine.
Right.
And we'll be there with Snow Cone Angels. Monica, she's got fresh fruit, organic snow cones. They're freaking amazing, and it's so hot outside.
they're so good.
they're
And she
so
also
good.
comes to the farmer's market.
Yes.
by
She
the
does?
way.
She'll
Yes.
be there too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, she got a
Okay.
cute little red school bus. You can't miss it.
Okay, I can see people following you around, as long as they don't have to go all the way into Houston, they're good. You know,
That's
it's
right.
like to have to cross over that railroad track to get to Houston.
Well,
so
and
I'm
she's
glad
always
you're here.
She's always looking for other venues, festivals, events, business, apartments, complexes, anything to fill the schedule out.
Yep.
I mean, she can come
Catered
out for
lunch.
lunch. She can come out for dinner. You've got a party. You want to cater.
Feed your
That's your girl.
office.
Yeah, that's cool because have your group of friends that are all trying to stay healthy and veganish and all that stuff. They're having a hard time with that and where to go for partying, and to have someone drive up in the truck and go here it is, and to
Yep.
cater would be awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah, we really enjoy those. We've done a couple catered lunches, so for businesses that have,
Yeah.
30, 50 employees, something like that. We love doing that.
That's
But you
great.
don't even know that it's vegan. I mean, it tastes good. I am not vegan. I try to eat as healthy as I can.
Right.
but it's so good. You don't have to be vegan to go and use and try it out.
I'll tell you this.
And they're very filling.
If you're a picky eater and like really bland food, we're not for you. If you love flavor and just an explosion of just something new and cool that you've never eaten before, and that's the thing. Nobody's ever had this food. It's so hard to explain to people. We try to give them a short description, like the Texas on the menu that's on the menu right now. It's our version of barbecue. Texas has to have their barbecue.
So you have to interpret it for people.
Yes. And our down south, that's our twist on Mexican Tex-Mex, and it's kind of like our veggie kind of fajita enchilada type flavor.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
So everybody's got their favorites. You like Mexican, you like barbecue, and we try to satisfy that.
But do you have a lot of people coming up to you that have been vegans a long time and all that and say, listen, have I got a recipe for you?
That's only happened once, and she was intoxicated.
Well, and the interesting thing, Cindy, is that this all starts with the ball from the chickpeas. Everything has that. So that's kind of her tagline deal, that you'll want these balls in your mouth because they're all balls.
Everything's
and then
balls.
She changes it up by the seasoning and the sauces. So they're all served on the corn tortilla. These balls are served on the corn tortilla. So
that catches your eye on the back of your slogan. It's on the back of the truck.
It's on my shirt too.
You want these balls in your mouth.
Hashtag. Wow, that must cause a lot of attention.
But it's consistent. And then the logo says, vegan, gluten-free taco balls.
Okay, so you have to turn.
So it's
but the people walking from behind you going like, we got to meet this girl.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had people in the grocery store parking lot say, I love your shirt. I'm like, they're for sale.
Don't tell anybody. I like your shirt. Don't tell anybody. But I just wondered if that was something that people share. They share a lot of recipes or things like that. Where did you get your recipes from?
We kind of made them up.
You made them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a lot of research about falafel and how it's made. It's made so many different ways. It's kind of like the vegan chicken. It's very versatile. You do all this different stuff with it and use little different ingredients to tweak it different ways. So we kind of made up our own based on all these different recipes. And that's what we do. Benny and I, we've always never followed a recipe exactly the same. We have got to add something to it or tweak this or add more seasoning because they never call for enough seasoning.
Well, the taco's very unusual looking. I mean, it's wide. I mean, you can't. It's not one of those slapped together. What I saw.
It's a fat taco.
It's a fat taco.
Yes.
I like that part of it. It was a fat taco, and so it looks scrumptious. I mean, the color and everything. A lot of times, taking a picture of food that you serve doesn't work out unless you have a food dresser. And so you had.
Daniel makes a pretty taco, and I do my best to take pictures with my iPhone camera. I'll get better food pictures eventually.
What's amazing, though, if you go to the app, which is actually one of the better apps I've ever seen because it's so colorful. And with food, you have to see the pictures. You know how some menus and things you go, what is it doesn't really look like this. But her app and her menu that's on her webpage, you can really see the description, you can see the pictures, you can almost taste it in your mouth. But besides the balls, she has a few other things. The dessert balls, she talked about that. And then she has like shakes and drinks, her banana and
nanners and nuts.
Nanners and nuts. Oh my God, that's a meal in itself. So just trying some of these things out, I said, well, I'll have 2 falafels and a shake. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not eating for another day.
Yeah, she was full for like 12 hours.
And I'm like, so you don't realize how filling this is.
And it doesn't give you a food coma. Vegetables, you can eat so much plants and you don't get a food coma.
You go away still energized and all that. I love that. If when you went to get the licensing for this, did they go like, a what? You wanted to sell what? How did that go?
Ruben over at the health department, he's just awesome. And when I went and got my permit and everything, my inspection done for Montgomery County, he's so great to work with, and it was pretty surprising for him to be seeing a vegan food truck around here.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and especially in Texas, you don't think of anything like that. So I love that you're just breaking out and breaking that glass ceiling, as we say in the political world. But anyway, I think that I think you've gotten me, curious enough to where Thursday.
Yes.
I'll do my daily exercise by walking that block over.
July 7th.
July 7th. July 7th, make sure I say that. And walk over there and see what it's all about. And then see what the fruit, is it icy or?
Snow cone angels.
Snow cones.
Okay. They're very good. They have a wonderful watermelon snow cone with real watermelon. And they mix them with pineapple and strawberries and oranges. She even has some jalapeno, something. I haven't tried that.
Now
But-
that's strange. That's
yeah,
strange.
So
it's
good.
strange. Let me mention one thing. You do know we have produce out here, fresh produce, every Thursday also.
Oh,
which
right.
is
That-
good
yes, not just the
for
Falacos.
people like
Yeah,
Falacos,
that's
but
right,
and it's just something we're doing because now the fruits and vegetables are in market. They're
Right,
ripe.
right.
So every Thursday from 4 to 7, right here out by the Crichton on the sidewalk, we have farmers.
Oh, I love that.
Farmers doing produce.
Oh, that's
so that's today.
awesome.
That's today.
That's okay. That's today at what time? again?
Awesome.
4 to 7.
4 to 7. Okay. Okay. Cool.
It's related to Falacos.
Yes, veggies.
Have
Pimp
we,
those veggies.
have we gotten everything that we need to say to everybody about this?
I want to
Okay.
give a shout out though, because my website and my app are so fabulous. So for any business owner that's looking to have their website looked at, create a mobile app, doesn't matter your industry, they can be customized to do all kinds of
And it's
different
really
stuff.
fabulous.
Absolutely. So Laura Fitzgerald, Lipstick Marketing, got to give a shout out to
love-
my girl. She's amazing.
Lip sync marketing.
Lipstick
okay.
marketing,
And
yeah.
to get your app, you go to.
You can go to the App Store, and
Store.
on your phone, whether it's iPhone or Android, go to the App Store, just type in Falacos, food truck, and it'll pop right up.
Okay, and that's FALACOS.
COS. Falafel
Pretty
and
amazing.
tacos. Falacos.
It's a new concept in eating.
It is a new concept in eating. That's
right.
I love that. Thank you very much, Margie, for telling me about her. and
Thanks,
Courtney,
Cindy.
thank you. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
We
And
tailored it.
Thanks for having us.
tailored it
She
right for
did.
us. I know that
Margie
you gotta-
tailors it just perfect.
If you got to go to Egypt, Little Egypt, you got to fly out of here. So I know you
I do.
guys.
I got to go serve up some balls, so I got to bolt.
Okay.
I got people to feed.
Got people to feed. Balls to give away. Okay, all right. You guys have fun the rest of the day and be safe. And I'm so excited.
Thanks,
so
Cindy.
we'll have to do
You
a
too.
follow up. Okay,
Sounds great. Thanks.
All right, we'll be right back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away. I got Joey Sheaf. He is the intern with me today, and we're gonna talk some politics, and we're also going to talk about Don Wilson coming up tomorrow to talk about Elvis and all the personal experiences he's had with him. That didn't sound right, did it? It's all okay above board and everything. Okay, all right, we'll talk to you in just a moment.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real reality radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we're looking for more talk shows and volunteer DJs for our music shows. If you're interested in having your own talk show on Lone Star, or always wanted to live out your dream of being a music DJ, contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com/contact us, or call the station at 936-647-5747 for more information.
The Cindy Cochran Show. The first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. That was a very healthy first segment to do, and I hope that inspired everybody. What'd you think, Joey?
I thought it was really interesting. I'm by no means a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that, but I'll have to go by there sometime.
Do you eat healthy?
I try to.
Do you cook?
Here and there. I've been learning a lot more lately.
Yeah.
A lot of breakfast foods and everything. But yeah, I'm hoping that as I go to a major university later, that I'll be able to cook for myself and cook my own meals and everything, and try and save some money up there.
I was doing a pilot called Food Fight, and so I was exploring. We'd done the first show, and for Food Network to decide if they want it or not, and then we started the second show I wanted to do was college in-room cooking, and there were a lot of college kids that had recipes and the way that they would cook in their room, they weren't supposed to, but it was like melted cheese sandwiches, with the iron. You put what you'd put over the a towel. Put your iron on, not very long, just to melt the cheese, but that's the way to melt the cheese, and they have a cheese, melted cheese sandwich. And so they had a lot of different, it wasn't just ramen noodles and what to do with ramen noodles and all. And so are you going to a place where you would are you coming back and forth to your house, or are you going to stay in a dorm?
Eventually, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to be going to school next fall at Sam Houston State University, and I hope to be living on campus. I want to get that campus experience,
Right.
But always joke with my family. It's like, yeah, I'm really glad that you can get 5 packages of ramen for $1, because I feel like that's right now that's the extent of my cooking knowledge is how to make a really good bowl of ramen.
See, and somebody's got to come up with some other stuff, because I mean, that's all a lot of kids can afford is just to do the ramen noodles, and that's just about it. Yeah. And so probably by the time you graduate, you're just sick of it. You'll never eat that stuff again. You'll ever have it again. But so you're going to Sam Houston, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going. Is it this fall or next fall?
Next fall,
next
2017.
Fall okay, good. So we have you around the area
for a while.
For a while.
Oh,
Yay!
Yeah. And even when I go
glad.
to school up there, I'll still be able to commute and everything.
Okay, good.
It's just like 20 minutes up the road or something like that.
Good. I met Joey Sheaf months ago at church, and
a little while ago. Yeah.
And I met him because of his voice. He was sitting behind us at church, and he started singing, and oh my word, it was just like, why aren't you up front with the praise singers instead of being back here with us and making us all sound bad? But he was so good. And so finally I had to turn around and just tell him how amazing it was, and that I was pretty sure it was him singing. I didn't turn around to look, but when I turned around and the options were other females around you, I said, it's got to be this guy. I said, your singing is amazing, and so you need to be on the praise team. Wow, this is well, they've used him, but they've used him in the praise team a couple of times. But what he did then, he's just such a triple threat. They asked him to do the message before we do the Lord's Supper, and so he gets up there and he goes, now I'm from the theater, so I like to dramatize things, and so this is what I'm getting ready to say. May have a little drama in it, but this is how I talk. And so he did the most interesting. Everybody was glued to him. They just listened to everything he said, because the way he was, acting it out, it was really good. And you had the highest compliment last night, because Samuel and Cindy, my grandchildren, were at VBS. And, and he said, he's a good actor. He really does know how to act. He's good. And they were pronouncing it like they were some judges or something. It's like, and he did this and he did that. And they were really happy with you. So I wanted to tell you got good reviews.
Well, thank you.
No
thank
notes
you.
or anything for you. It's just good reviews. So tell me about VBS. I was telling people, in the summer, there's VBSs all over churches. So if you see one and you're not even going to church there, I'm sure they want you to be there. So just go and experience a VBS.
Absolutely.
But Conroe Church of Christ, they had a really cool, and they go all out for this. Tell us about it.
So, they really do go all out. I know this year was especially significant just because our theme was Everest. It was figuring out how God provides for us. God has the power to provide. He has the power to heal. He has the power to forgive. Talking about God's power and everything. And getting over the mountains, getting over the challenges, getting over whatever is in our life. And the first night we had roughly 175 kids. Just VBS kids, not like helpers or anything like that.
Right.
And then
that's great.
Oh yeah. And then after the first night, when we brought everybody back in, at the end, the leader of the VBS, Connor Halstead, he was on the Cindy Cochran Show a while back.
Yes,
I think I listened to his message a month or so ago. But he told everybody, okay, now tomorrow you're going to bring a friend, right? So it's like we just doubled in size overnight. But I know last night we finished up VBS. It was a 3-night thing. And I played Peter in one section of the VBS called Bible Expeditions.
Apostle Peter, yeah.
Yeah. And we had one kid in there who we were asking questions. I was asking the kids questions, and he was sitting right next to where I was standing, talking to the kids, and he just kept shooting up answers, talking about Peter and his denial of knowing Christ 3 times, and I said, well, will God ever forgive me? And the kid was like, of course he does. Of course God will forgive you. God loves everybody. God loves you, Peter. I'm like, this little kid has it going on, and so
he got it.
He definitely got it, and so after the Bible Expeditions was over, and we were getting the kids ready to go on to their next section, he came up to me with one of his tribal leaders, and the tribal leader was like, hey, this kid wants to talk to you for a little bit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And so the kid was talking to me about how he came from Oregon to Texas. I guess he knew somebody who was doing VBS, or he was on vacation, and it coincided with VBS, or it was planned. I'm not sure. And so he was telling me how he came from Oregon to Texas to do VBS. I'm like, and so I stayed in character. I stayed as Peter. So I was like, where is Oregon in relation to Jerusalem? He was trying to explain to me how Texas and Oregon are nowhere near Jerusalem, and it was just a lot of fun. The kid, he was so adorable. I absolutely loved it.
Well, isn't that great to be able to bring that character to life to him and to those kids? And because Samuel and them were able to recall all that you talked about, so they really did. So they were impressed by that.
Well, thank you. No, it was a blast, and getting to see God work in the hearts of these little kids. And that they're going to remember, what we're talking about for a long time. And it's just it's amazing to watch it work in their hearts.
Yeah, VBS stands for Vacation Bible School. In case you've never been to one, Richard's never been to a Vacation Bible School. He's been to the summer camps, and that's coming up. The summer camps. A lot of churches have camps. And if you guys need something for your kids to do, and that this would be a good place for them to be, then that would be, Richard's going to say something. Everybody stand still and we'll be quiet. Yes, sir?
Nothing, I'm listening. I'm just...
Oh, I thought you were getting ready to say, I just said something wrong. You hadn't been to a Vacation Bible School, right?
No.
Just the summer camps?
Yes.
Were the summer camps, were they church camps, or were they just...
No.
There's regular camps. Well, see...
outdoor camps.
Yeah.
So
those were like the jam when I was a kid.
I
had
a fantastic time.
2 weeks. They'd have camps for 2 weeks at
I was
places.
there for a month.
A month?
Yeah, in the hill country.
Oh, Kerrville. He went to Kerrville. Beautiful Kerrville.
What camp was that?
Camp Lahunna.
I've never heard of that.
See, because the Camp Bandina is right there by Bandera, where our kids will go.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's really nice country out there, and they have a river run through it. That the kids are able to be baptized on Friday nights. By that time, the kids are they're calling home saying, "I want to be baptized," because the older kids start, really getting into the Word and all that. So
a great way to coax them in.
Yeah, and just take them right in there and get them.
Follow the leader. This guy did it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
It takes quite a bit of courage to get into that river at night, though. I mean, it is pretty freezing
cold,
when. And so when they make the decision to get baptized, they've taken into consideration, I might freeze to death in this river. So at least I'm getting close to Jesus, before I go in. But
I love it. But
I was part of a night scuba diving thing in that area, in the Hunt area, area. That was pretty. There's alligator gars everywhere. And yeah, it was. When we first get in, I was like, man, this is a big mistake. So
see, and camps are great for kids, and they do bond so heavily with the leader of whoever their group is, and the other kids. They become fast friends, and they're all saying, "I'll call you. Let's talk every day."
Yeah.
And then about
all
2
the
weeks
camp
later,
romances and everything.
Right,
oh,
the camp
man.
romance. Yes,
it's great. It's also good if you go back, because I went there for 9 years every summer.
Wow. You went not,
and my brothers went there, but prior to me, and they're older than I am, and you could see where they have their names on plaques and stuff, and people knew who I was because
your brothers,
because my counselors went to camp with them when they were growing up.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of a surreal experience for a whole month. It's like you're somewhat royalty, but then you're held to that regard. Because I'll never forget, we went on a 3-day horse trip, basically horseback trip. And they're like, your brother would have done that better. And I'm like, really? That's what you're going to bring up? Well,
that's not the way to talk about it.
But my brother also went to school for ranching. So yeah, he had the knack of treating goats and inoculating them. Like me, I was just like, this thing weighs just as much as me, and I got to tackle it to the ground.
Well, I'm telling you, in a month, you probably got to do a slew of things that kids never get to experience. Samuel and Cindy live out in Willis, and we have longhorns, and they have there's sheep, there's even giraffes and zebras down the road from us. Yeah, these people keep exotic animals, and so they get to see a lot of this stuff all the time, and they think that that's everybody has all this stuff. And when they talk to kids, and they go "You've seen longhorn steer? That's amazing!" And when somebody comes over to stay with them, and we drive them around the golf cart to see all the animals, but camp is, I think camp is so great for building character, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the friendships that you do, and all, and the regiment you have to kind of follow.
Yeah.
Because some are so bad. I mean, my grandchildren are going to bed at like 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And I just don't have the strength to go like, you can't, you stay up, you got to go to bed. And so I don't know. I think that I can't wait for them to get back on a schedule and start getting up early and all of that. So it'll be good. Now listen, this is Thursday.
Yes.
Tomorrow we have Don Wilson on with us. Don Wilson is our LA connection. And Don, he sent me, last night he sent me a picture of Adam West and Robin. And I just showed Joey. Joey, how shocked were you when you saw them?
I was pretty shocked at that, especially how old they are. It's like, if you look back and how young and vibrant they were in the shows and everything, and then it's like, oh
TV
man,
show,
man, it's like people they age so much. No.
What's the deal with people aging? I don't get it. And what's bad is that they, these shows are brought back, so the kids are thinking this is the way people look now, because they just keep playing them, over and over again. And then when they see what they look like now, but they still have these what do they call, like, the comic book, the events that they have and people go.
Oh yeah, Comic Palooza, like Comic-Con, stuff like that. Yeah.
And they have that with old TV shows and things like that, like Batman and Robin show up at these at these places, like Star Wars. Star Wars has people come dressed up like Star Wars. And, and then they'll have people from the movie or whatever. They'll be there and they can sign autographs and take pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. And so in LA they have that all over the place. But Don has a special connection because everybody that knew Elvis knew Don, because Elvis Presley had been his
mentor,
kind of a mentor, guardian type of person. That because Don lost his whole family in a train crash, and so Elvis Presley found out about it and wanted to do something for him, and he brought him out to Graceland, and so he got to meet Priscilla and all those people, and then for years, it was probably about maybe 7 years or so before Elvis's death that he was able to go out there and meet all these people and become friends with them, and he's kept up with them all this time. So he's done documentaries on different people, and he's also had a radio show where he got to talk about the intimate details of Elvis's life, not just what people knew from the magazines. He got to talk about real life experiences with him.
Wow.
And so I happened to meet him at Channel 13, and he was there to talk about a letter that he received from Elvis 2 weeks before his death, and he came over and he wanted to take pictures with everybody on there because he watched Good Morning Houston. So we took pictures, and he found me again, and so that's how through Facebook he found me, and so here we are, and we've got him on tomorrow. So you guys have got to be sure and be here tomorrow and listen to what's going on. Are we going to take a quick break right now? Yes, we are. We're going to take a quick break.
As the music comes in.
Yes,
it's like the Oscars.
Yes, okay. All right, we'll be right back, and don't go away. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I'm with Joey Sheaf.
We're starting to film our talk shows and putting them on YouTube. Your favorite Lone Star Community Radio show can be seen on YouTube under our Lone Star Community Radio channel and on City of Conroe's Our City TV channel on Suddenlink Channel 12. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the most recently released videos and find more information online at irlonestar.com/TV.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
If you are looking to start a career, you can start your professional life in the U.S. Army. I am Staff Sergeant Stephen Jackson. My fellow soldiers and I can talk with you about learning high-tech skills in electronics and computers as a soldier. Interested in the medical field? The Army has skilled medical and dental jobs that set you up for future success. Come visit us at 2109 West Davis Street, directly behind the Whataburger on Highway 105. Or give us a call at 936-756-7002.
We're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, and we've had a great week this week, and it's going to be crazy tomorrow because Don Wilson's going to be on, and we're talking about him and all his
connection.
Yeah, and you said you were reading some of his background.
Yeah. I was reading some of his biography on a music site, and 2 weeks ago when he was on before, he was saying that after he lost his family in a railroad accident, Elvis took him under his wing. And when I listened to that, I was like, okay, well, obviously he must be a teenager or in his early 20s. No, he was 10 years old.
When that happened.
I did not even realize he was that young.
Yeah.
Which you don't hear about music artists taking, anybody under their wing, let alone, a 10-year-old kid who lost his family. I mean, you don't hear that in this day and age. So
we never heard that story about about Elvis, and maybe Colonel Parker wanted to keep that, not make a big deal out of that because it might bring too much attention to Don or whatever. Right. Maybe they had some good reason, for that. But Colonel Parker was such a promoter and all that was his agent. I don't know if I say that like you're, my age and you know who Colonel Parker was. But
I'm gonna have to do some studying before tomorrow. Everything about Elvis before Mr. Don comes on.
That's right. On the air. I am interested to ask him about Glenn Campbell. Was a good friend, and he still converses with all these people. He'll talk to them, or call them, and just keep up with them. And when he was doing his show, he would call them and do interviews with them about about Remember When type of thing. So it's interesting. He wants to do what we're doing right now. He'd like to do podcasting and do this so it's more globally, because when he had the radio show, it was just in that area. So it would be. I told him, I said, "Oh yeah, please use us as an example." And I want you to be just like me. No, he is.
You're inspiring people, Cindy.
It's so funny because he will talk about people, and because of working at 13 for so long, and 13 being the highest rated, station, people would want to come. The big stars would want to come to 13, and that's where their agents would bring them. And it's just like everybody came through there. So when he would talk about people and all, and I'd work the green room real hard because I'd walk in and say, "Does anybody want anything? You want some coffee?" Just to get to talk to people and get to meet them. I remember Tony, the guy that has Anthony. He has the constant tan. Okay, he's got the constant tan, and he's been in a lot of the beach movies, and he's been in a lot of movies. But why can't I think? It'll come to me as soon as the show's over. Anyway, he was sitting in the chair in the office, and I walked in, and I was about 8 months pregnant. I was very pregnant, and I walked in, and I went, "There you are! I have been trying to find you. I can't believe you just left us like this." And so everybody in the room looked at him, and he goes, I just thought I'd be safe in Houston. I thought I'd be safe, and you wouldn't find me. But okay, you found me. So what do you want from me? And so he just played along with it. We had so much. We had everybody going like, "Oh no!" And so some of the people were a lot of fun, and some of them were just like, "How did you ever make it on TV?" Because your personality behind the scenes is bad. And a lot of people, like Dustin Hoffman, to me was somebody that was, like, what a cool guy. How much fun would he be, talking? But on interviews, he didn't do well at all.
You met Dustin Hoffman?
No, he was. I was just saying, like, people like that have personalities that are just really cool, and then all of a sudden they're nobody when they get in front of a microphone. So
same with Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, like, he is an amazing actor. Absolutely love him. But in interviews, it's like talking to a brick. I mean, he's so awkward. And the poor guy. I mean, you start to feel bad.
Why don't they give him a script?
Exactly. Give him script out this interview so he knows exactly what he's saying. But oh my gosh, he's pretty funny though. I mean, he'll
he has a dry sense of
he'll crack some dry jokes. But
you're right. And I think the newer actors, because there's so many, like a long time ago you had real high profile, like during Elvis times, there were such high profile people, and you really didn't know a lot about them because they just wouldn't let you because it would hurt their image or something.
Right.
But now everybody knows everything about everybody, and they've taken a selfie and put it out everywhere. And it's just funny to me how stupid some people could be that you feel of. It's just great. Oh, this is a great actor, great one. He's so good. But how stupid they are what they put out on, they take pictures of and think nobody else is going to see it except their loved one. Yeah. So they've hopefully, they will evolve into learning not to do stuff like that. But Don has a lot of great pictures, and this picture he sent us of Adam West and Robin, and how they've changed. But I'm going to put that up on my Facebook. So you go to my Facebook, The Cindy Cochran Show. Please do, and of course like me. But please be with us tomorrow and listen to Don Wilson and his stories about Elvis Presley. Joey Sheaf, thank you so much for being here, and you'll be here tomorrow.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I will.
Oh boy. Okay, well think up some questions for Don.
I will.
I'll be glad to ask him. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. Love you, Mom.
Thanks for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star Community Radio, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, TV, media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production produced by the show host and Dick Schischler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schischler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.